asariri, குரல் உண்டு உருவம் இல்லை, the voice. If you'd like to know why I'm putting this video, check my earlier video, Who Am I? Then you will clearly understand why I'm doing this. And the link for the video I have given in the description. In today's episode, let's see how karma and a curse correlates and how it works, how it emboldens itself, how in future it takes shapes and does its job. Today what we are going to see is about Indira Gandhi and a curse. Erunas, she was Prime Minister. She meets Swami Karpatri in January 1966 before elections and requests for his blessing as well as vote support. He also was ready to give, provided putting a condition stating that if she is elected to power, which she will be, she has to bring the cow slaughter ban. For that, Indira Gandhi also promises to him, stating that once she comes to power, she will take care of this particular ban policy and bring an act according to this. Now what happens is she is elected and she was a prime minister at that point of time. People started going and meeting her and requesting for this cow slaughter ban, remembering it during the election time, everything they did. But Indira Gandhi didn't hear that or didn't really heed about this particular point. She was postponing or not at all listening. So at one point of time they lost hope, stating that she has forgotten or purposely she is deviating from her promise. So what they did in Gokulashtami day, lot of sadhus started marching towards the parliament and trying to make a point at that point of time. It happened in 6th November 1966. So January a promise is made, then again around June she got elected, and November 6th, whether it's an agitation or a procession or a meeting place and before parliament space, not sure, but a lot of people started marching towards the parliament gate. On seeing this, they saw that as a security threat. They opened the fire, and in that many versions are there. Some say it's 11 people died in that firing, some say it is 375, some say it's above 500, whatever it is. But the firing happened and the people died, or the sadhus died during that point is truth. In all the newspapers it has come. Only the figures changes. Now, what is the correlation between this and the future, her death? That we have to see the date. This is Ashtami Tithi. Means like from Amavasya to Paurnami, a new moon to full moon. The days are counted 1 to 14. And in that, the 8th day is called as Ashtami Tithi. Krishna, who is fond of cows, is born on Ashtami Tithi. So cows and Ashtami Tithi got linked together. In that way, what happened is like in 31 October 1984, Indira Gandhi was assassinated by her own bodyguards. That was on Ashtami Tithi. This date and the 6th November 1966, which is Ashtami, as well as the 31 October 1984 falls on a same Ashtami Tithi. So this is the correlation between these two. The sadhus were killed on 6th November 1966 and Indira Gandhi was assassinated on 31 October 1984. That is also a Ashtami Tithi. But here comes one more part. Why this correlation? On the 6th November, what happens is, on seeing the lot of sadhus being killed, Swami Karpatri, what he says is, he puts a curse stating that you have failed to fulfill your promise as well as you have killed sadhus who didn't do any harm to anybody. So you and your family will follow the same suit and let the karma descend on you. That's a curse he has put on Indira Gandhi that day. So that is the correlation between 6th November 66 and 31 October 1984. Both falls on a Ashtami Tithi. But one may say that actually she was assassinated by her own bodyguards who got upset because of the Operation Blue Star, which happened in the same year around June month. That is June 1984 this happened, during which Bindranwale, the leader of that Khalistan movement, was shot dead inside the Golden Temple, that is Sikh's temple. So they got infuriated and the assassination happened. So the correlation may be between the Operation Blue Star and directly to the assassination of Indira Gandhi. But the another correlation is that date or the day, Ashtami Tithi, which is correlated within 1966 episode and 1984. So around 18 years it has waited, and exactly it was waiting for the particular day. How it executed, maybe through another person or a team or some other scope, but the day was chosen by the curse. So it's very difficult to correlate between 1966 and 84, whereas the same thing may be correlated easily with June month 1984 and October 31st of 1984. So this is not blatantly visible. Only the Operation Blue Star will come to the forefront and that will only display. Whereas the underlying curse will take its own course and it will decide when to happen and how to happen, where to happen, everything it will decide. Here the karma as well as the curse has considered its path and taken a shape and form and has executed that particular episode. Let's move on to her son Rajiv Gandhi, who was also a prime minister. Later on in 21st May 1991, he was also assassinated by a bomb blast. This happened also on a Ashtami Tithi. Again, the correlation is Ashtami Tithi. The mode may be slightly different. And similarly, why it happened, if you directly see or question it, then there may be a clear-cut answer. IPKF, Indian Peacekeeping Force, was sent to Sri Lanka in 1987 to control the terrorist activities or whatever the militant activities and trying to bring the peace in Sri Lankan land. But ultimately it failed and it collapsed. There was a fight between IPKF and even LTTE. So LTTE was upset because of Rajiv Gandhi. So they want to take a hit on Rajiv Gandhi. So they assassinated Rajiv Gandhi. But again, the date was chosen by 1966 episode. So this transcends from one generation to another generation to another generation. The person executing may be changing every time, but the underlying current or underlying the Tithi is all coming as a constant day. Okay, now another person with a logical mind may ask a question like, Sanjay Gandhi, what about Sanjay Gandhi? Sanjay Gandhi was a younger brother to Rajiv Gandhi. He also died in a plane crash around in his 33 years. He died on 23 June 1980, which comes on a Sashti Tithi. That is 2 days before the 6th day from the new moon, sort of. Then they may say, if the curse is working for Indira Gandhi and Rajiv Gandhi, why not for Sanjay Gandhi? It's a very good question. Logically, if you ask, yes, because if all the 3 dates, the Sadhu's killing, Indira Gandhi killing, and Rajiv Gandhi falls on a particular Ashtami Tithi, Sanjay Gandhi from the same family or younger brother of Rajiv Gandhi falls 2 days ahead of this particular day. And this breaks the pattern. Is it? That's a question. Yes, it breaks the pattern. But then how to do again a correlation study between these 3 dates, Indira Gandhi and Rajiv Gandhi alone? And what is the uniqueness about Indira Gandhi and Rajiv Gandhi and Sanjay Gandhi falling somewhere off the line? One thing we can see is Sanjay Gandhi was never a prime minister, nor he was not sitting on a particular PM post at all. Whereas Indira Gandhi and Rajiv Gandhi held a prime minister post, which is the main portfolio wherein they have the authority to execute operation. So that may be the reason, like whoever sits on the powerful seat, they may be affected by this day, whereas other person may be off the line also, and it may have some other reason which I have not analyzed or noted of it. But the modus operandi of all the three are completely terrible accidents. Indira Gandhi by bullet wounds by the own security man, Sanjay Gandhi far before that by a plane crash, Rajiv Gandhi by a bomb blast. All these three are very tragic events. It happens within around a 10 or 12 years frame. 1980, 1984, 1991. This sort of link is very visible in many leader family or something like that. But this happens in many families, even above poverty line or below poverty line, all those things. Because karma is something different and it doesn't care about how high you are or how rich you are or how poor you are. It doesn't care about that. It will exactly execute the way it should be. The modus operandi, the way, the date, day, who, when, where, everything it decides. Put a plan perfectly and it will execute exactly the way. So karma also has its impact. Similarly, curse also have an impact, which if we really search and analyze, then our eyes will notice that kind of thing also. So if any family is having this kind of curse or they see a pattern in young people dying in their family, they have to really sit, analyze, understand what would have been that pattern and why it is happening like that. If they analyze and they pray God sincerely and ask for a solution, that pattern will be broken. At least from next generation, they may live a better life or at least a good life. So it all depends upon individual belief and or disbelief. I see a pattern clearly according to this, and away from the line, if it's something is there, then that also can be noticed and put as a point. And if we don't know that particular point, we can keep it as a pending, put it in a parking lot, move ahead and understand. But if a pattern is noticed, then it is for one to analyze and correct it in their generation, so that at least the future generations will be in a better position. See you next time in some other episode. asariri மீண்டும் ஒலிக்கும். The voice will return.